Hey guys, it's Kathy. I hope you're doing well. I'm trying to hear if it starts looping again. Hi, Lori. I don't know what happened. I had nothing open. I had no other windows open. There was nothing that would play it. I don't know what was going on. But hi, Mel. Hi, Charlotte. Hi, Shauna. All my mods must still be in the other stream. I think it was. I think we're good now. I don't hear anything. Hi, Debbie. Hi, XJ. Whew. So, hi, Christy. Yes, it's time for coffee or something stronger, even. Shauna, were you here earlier too? So, I just want to tell you all right now, and not everybody's in here yet, but I guess they'll find out if they don't listen to the beginning. There is no Judge Fleischer today. None. Zero. I recorded it, and when I went to save it, it aired out, and there's no sound. And it's alive, so I can't go back. Oh, Steve, that's terrible news. What do you mean you don't like coffee? How? How do you not like coffee? Hi, Mel. I know, Steve, there's nothing I can do about it. Zero I can do about it. It's alive. There's no recordings. I can't rewind it and try again. I recorded it, and when I went to save it, it aired out, and then that's it. There's no sound. Dumps the brakes, guys. Dumps the brakes. But that's all right. We got other stuff. Actually, I mean, I could put Fleischer on. I have Tuesday, Wednesday, where we only got part of the clips. So I can play some Tuesday and Wednesday if you want me to. I can. But let's see how it goes. Um, After we play the clips that I have. Hi, Sally. I object. All objections. Chat can read lips. Oh, Hope, you don't even understand. Just the pro say video that I put on the other day. I got comment after comment of how terrible the audio was. I'm like, come on, guys, come on. This isn't like a television show. We don't have camera crews with the audio equipment that's awesome. This is a courtroom, and everything's cheap and everything's breaking. I can't help the audio. I do the best I can with what I got. And I can hear it. I, I heard the pro say fine. I did. But yeah, so we'll see if we want to do some Wednesday or Thursday that we haven't seen before. I can do that. It's not edited yet, but you know what? We'll just do it if you want to. But let's get through what we have first, and then we'll see because we might not want to after what I'm about to show you. Hi, Julie. First off, I want to thank Tammy. Hold on, I want to make sure I get her name right because that would just be terrible if I said the wrong name. I would feel terrible. Camfield. I was gonna get it right. I was gonna say Carfield, but thank you, Tammy Camfield, for joining my Patreon. Tammy and Fozzie are on like the max level, so they're like super Patreons, super vibers, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Let's guess what Fozzie is wearing. Well, it rhymes with cuffing. All right, we're gonna start easy with child support, and then we'll get into the divorce. Hey Carolyn, you made it. Let me just go in real quick and delete those other streams, just in case they're. Oh my gosh, if I do this and it starts looping again. No, it won't, guys. Don't worry. I'm a professional. I don't even know why it did that. I don't even know how it did that. But, that's the day. I was actually having a good day. All right. Now let's hope that I'm not deleting the one that we're all in, because that would be awkward. Okay. I know. Supervisor. I do need a supervisor. Man, that would be great. If someone just told me what to do, when to do, and how to do it. A French maid's outfit. Yes, Fozzie is wearing a French maid's outfit. Um, I think the interview was fine. I think I talked way too much. So, like yesterday in the stream, I played a clip where the the judge just asked the lady, "Do you want a lawyer?" And she went on and on and on and on. That was me. That was she would ask me a question, and I'm like, "Yep." It all started when I was 2. But she didn't shut me up. She didn't say, hey, just yes or no answers, please. She didn't hold me in contempt. But yeah, I think I did ramble on a bit. I was just nervous. But okay, let's see. Yeah, I did. Don't worry. Don't worry, Sarah. I did. Not you, Sarah. The other Sarah. The real Sarah. I don't know what we're going to do when Fozzie gets his name back. This is too fun. I'm glad only one person changed their name to Sarah, though, because, man, that would be awkward in chat if everybody was Sarah. Ever been in the military? I don't know. Hey, there's Kelly. Hi, Kelly. Oh, I should say, too, I know everybody wants me to start the videos, but yesterday I gave you an assignment, and you guys did outstanding. Listen, go and read all the comments um, from my stream yesterday, guys. It is awesome. Everybody posted, what things were going good, and oh my gosh, they were so, so good. So if you have a chance, read them. I mean, I wanted to call a couple out, but then I felt bad because the other ones were just as good, and I can't just sit here and read all the comments out loud. Um, no, do not have a nervous breakdown. Don't worry, these people that we're about to see are close enough. I I'm terrified for the the second one, the wife. I think she's going to jail. I just do. And if she did it, maybe she should, but I feel so bad for her. But let's get through the first one first. Here we go.
Oh, we have both parties on 12.
I've had did I miss 11 and we're only missing 11 and 12 with people, right?
Yeah,
It would-
so 11, there's only one party, so let me just call it 11. Good afternoon, Mrs. Small. Can you hear the court? Would you unmute it on video, please? Good afternoon, sir. Would you unmute? Hi there. You're not driving, right?
No.
Okay. Thank you for your patience. This is a child support modification request where you're claiming custody of, is it Soraya?
Yes.
And you've been sworn in today?
Yes.
Okay. So since when has Soraya been with you full time?
Well, Soraya's been with me like August the 1st. The caseworker, me and mom talked to the caseworker and we told her that we was gonna switch over. And we told her, I want to say it was August. Don't quote me on that. I think it was August. But I turned in
When
a
you say
document.
when you say caseworker, explain to me, like caseworker for
Court worker.
For custody or for something else?
No, we was for us to switch over because Soraya was coming down here to live with me, and
Oh,
stayed in contact with the child support worker, and the mom did as well. And she told me, or Ty or Taisha or something like that. She told me, she called mom, and then mom told her the same thing that I stated, that she was coming to live with me. And I think it was like the 1st of August. And she said she was going to document it and stuff like that. But, you know, Soraya been with we almost in a year. Because
well,
August,
that's my question, because I'm looking at the last order, which was in November
November.
2023, and the court then ordered you to pay child support and
Uh,
said the parenting time for that period at least was 50%. So if this hearing came after the fact that Soraya lived with you, was this communicated at the last hearing that you had full custody of Soraya?
yes, you had a substitute in because I supposed to came back and seen you. You pushed it out for a couple of months or whatever, but I supposed to came back seeing you. You had a substitute guy in there. He was being rude, disrespectful to me. You know, I communicated with him and I let him know that I had custody. I said, how are you charging me for child support if my daughter lives with me? You know, the funny part is I'm paying for child support and my daughter lives with me. The guy didn't, the judge that was there, he was so rude, disrespectful to me. I called the caseworker who was working my case, and she gave me like ways to pretty much like dispute the judge, or like, you know, like say like I don't know what the paper was called, but I know you know what I'm talking about.
All
But
right, Mr. Small. Yeah, I'm looking at the previous hearing date, and looks like in August when you appeared, I did make that order that day, and I did state that I noted in the order that you testified that you had full custody of Soraya from August. So do you remember when in August you had her from, or was it fully in September that you had her from?
August, no, I had my daughter in August. I had my daughter since August 1st.
All right.
And then my started school at August the 15th or 13th or somewhere around there. Because as soon as I got her, then I had to rush her down to Sunnyside and get her put into school. And then we had to wait for the transcript from Sacramento. So that took a minute to get her in school. And like Sacramento, the school she was going to was giving me kind of like a hard time for a minute. But I got her in the school to Sunnyside. And then I've just been pretty much trying to like reach out to caseworkers, child support.
Got it. What state are you in right now?
I'm in Fresno, California.
Oh, you're still in California. I thought you were out of state for some reason. All
No.
right. Okay. So currently she's registered to an address.
44 East Love.
In Fresno. Don't tell me the address. We're live streaming.
Oh,
But she's registered to your address currently for school purposes. Is that correct?
Yes.
And she's been attending the same school since August that you put her in?
Yes.
Okay. Has mother had any parenting time with her since
I'm not
you
getting-
had her?
I'm not getting her mother for child support or nothing like that. I just want to close the case out. I want to be done with this. I want to take care of my daughter. Whatever her mom chooses to do, it's between her and her mother. As far as me, my daughter came down here. She had a 1.6. Now my daughter has a 3.4. So as long as I'm doing my job, that's all that matters to me. But I don't feel like I owe no more money to the state of Sacramento because I take good care of my daughter. Like I said,
Well, I think that increase in grades is tremendous, and I congratulate you for working hard with her to get her to do so well. So
Your Honor, I
Yeah.
didn't hear an answer from father when you asked what was mother's participation in the child's life. What is the timeshare the mother have?
it doesn't matter because you guys ain't getting the mother for child support. You're getting me.
well, no, here's the
There
thing.
is
Mr.
legal
Small.
relevance to it, Your Honor.
Yeah, the difference that it makes mother's visitation time, and that's why I asked you, is to determine whether you have full custody of the minor child or not. Because
My daughter-
custody credits, which is, you know, what the issue is on calendar 4, that's a concept that allows the court to go back in time and zero out your obligation if you have as close to full-time custody as possible.
I don't have a close. I have full custody of my daughter. My
So
daughter lives.
how often does Soraya see mother? Is it weekends? Is it weekdays? Like what's that schedule like?
The mother, I don't know. She lives down here with me. I mean, like the mom comes and she comes and she goes. But far as her being in Sacramento County, she's not in Sacramento County.
And is mother aided in Sacramento?
That has discontinued, Your Honor, and that was the whole crux of this matter, the fact that mother was aided, that it was explained to them why child support was open and when an order was requested. We checked the system. Mother did try to discontinue aid after the hearing in November. So the county is prepared to concede that likely as of December 1st, there was no aid. There should have been no aid, even though there was aid all the way through March, but that was not.
So are you disputing custody credits beyond or prior to December 1st? Is that what DCSS's position is?
The position is that Jackson credits are with 100%, and based on father's testimony, it's not 100%, with mother had visiting during the weekends and such.
But I don't think
So-
I've been able to establish what percentage, right? So, Mr. Small,
Yes.
on
Is
average,
the mother here? No, she's
I'm
not.
sorry? She's
the
not,
mother-
right? So, sir, hold on, work with me, okay? Work with me. I'm
They're not-
hearing, sir, you have to, hear me out first and then respond, okay? Because we both can't speak at the same time. Now,
I'm
my
sorry.
question for you is, we're in May, we're going back to a consideration of potential credits from August. I've not determined that time period as yet. So you're the person that has the most knowledge at this point of how much time mother is spending with Soraya on average per month. So if you were to think back,
5%.
5%. And what kind of parenting is that based on? Like how often does she come in?
Since my daughter's been down here, Sakina had came to see my daughter maybe 2 times, and I'm be nice 3. As far as that, like I said, I don't know like what the county was doing and paying her and stuff like that, but I don't think I'm responsible for me to do that because I was keeping up with the child support lady and I was letting her know. The judge I was supposed to came back and seeing you, judge. When I was supposed to came back and seeing you was on vacation or whatever you was doing. And I told the judge the same things that I'm telling you guys, and he ignored
XJ says $20 says this guy is a used car salesman.
everything I said. I had to go back to the caseworker, Taisha or whatever her name is, or Ty or something like that. And even the caseworker knew everything that would happen. And the thing was all wrong because she called me and she called mom. And we both stated in August that I was going to fully receive Soraya. And on the court paper, on the school record that I just showed, that she started school on the school records on August the 15th. So how am I paying for it? November, December, January, and she's been living with me. How is that fair to me?
All right. So I'm going to set based on father's testimony, I'm going to grant custody credits from August 1, 23 through April 30th, 2024. And I'm setting child support to 0 from May 1, 2024.
Jess, it's very hard being a professional, isn't it? Isn't it?
All right. What I will say, sir, is that you need to check back in with DCSS once they process the order to let you know what may be remaining in their system. If there is anything else that's remaining, you'll have to pay it. And then close it up. Okay.
The audio is starting to go out, Your Honor.
The audience went out.
No.
Still,
Your Honor, you might want to try to mute and unmute. Sometimes that fixes it.
Oh, I'm going to get comments about this audio. You watch.
How about right now?
No, not really. I will say though to Father, any money that we're holding, I see you have other files. So what we're gonna do is reallocate that money to those files other files that you have. If you're paid in full after we allocate that money, you'll get a refund. But just like looking at it, I don't think you will get a refund.
I don't care as long as the right parents should be getting the money and not the wrong parent.
You
So
got it.
I don't have.
Thank you.
I
You're
don't
good.
have a problem. I have a question though before we end the call. So, so how much is my balance on what's left? Because I was supposed to only been paying for like 2 or 3 months.
In this case, but let's say that everything goes away in this case and we apply it to your other cases. I see you still have a balance of $530 on the case you're paying for Rashad. And then you also have a $1,500 balance in the case with Stevie.
Yes.
So we'll reshuffle the money. If at the end you're paid in full, you'll get a refund. If not.
But how would I know? How would I know that?
You will get a check.
Well, I wouldn't get a check. The mothers would get the check.
No, but I mean, if you get a refund, you will get a check from us.
Oh, I'll receive.
Why don't we do that? Why don't you, do you have a customer account with us that you can log in online and see what's going on with your cases? If you do, if you get one, then you'll be able to see all your cases online. How about that?
No, I'm cool. I just know what I do and what I don't do. I just know that this case with Sacramento should be closed. So, as far as the other,
It's not like I'm hear now.
Huh?
Can you hear me?
No, I can barely hear you. It's going in and out. But I just know that this case should be closed because I shouldn't be paying for a child that way.
Okay, the court just made a new order, so we will update the case with a new order, okay?
But I haven't heard anything about the order or anything.
She just mentioned she will be zeroing out and giving you credits from August through April.
Okay, so
we will audit your case. You're not going to be charged for those months.
Okay.
The money that you paid and that we're holding, we'll reallocating to the other cases, as I mentioned.
But you guys been already taking money from me before I even came.
That's what I mean. We're holding money, not sending it out to the mother. So money that you pay that you shouldn't have paid is just going to be reallocated to your other cases.
Okay. All right. All right. Cool. All right. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Okay. And then I just call the child support to see, or I just wait for a response.
You can call us. We'll be happy to chat with you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Sarah, how in the world could he possibly listen when he had so much he wanted to say? I mean, people can't listen and talk. Hey guys, how was that audio? Was that audio okay? I'm gonna get comments. So many people are gonna be like, couldn't stand the audio. I'm scrolling on. Sorry. I couldn't stand the audio. I'm going somewhere else. Okay, go somewhere else. That's fine with me. Okay, now we're in the middle of a divorce, and I don't know where we're at in the divorce, but she's in trouble. I think she's in a lot of trouble. And no, I don't know what happened because this is live. So it didn't happen yet. Or it did, but the court camera doesn't follow along after they leave the court. But I think she's in big trouble. I just think that right now she's in custody. We'll see. I don't know. Here it comes. Here's the divorce. It's in Georgia.
Was where I'm asking, he did give me a phone numbers and account numbers, but what I needed was access to the web online.
Okay, so that's not an objection to the admissibility. If you want to testify about the content or you have a rebuttal to that, you can do that, but I'm going to admit it as an exhibit.
I believe there's parts missing to this, but okay, ma'am, if that's what you wanted to do, that's fine.
Well, what I'm saying is if you believe that it's incomplete, then you can provide any evidence in response to that, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so 10 is admitted over objection.
Okay, does it state in part there, again, she's still got months left, I don't know when you want to refinance the house and the vehicle, question mark?
Yes. Mr. David, I want to clarify to something real quick. So, for this, for example, this statement right here, she required access to the account, but if she get access to the account, she can request money. She can request equity from the property. So that's why I didn't give her any type of,
Did she even respond to you?
never, she never responds. That was the,
She never said, did she even say to you, hey,
I
give me
was
the login, give me
surprised.
the whatever?
I was surprised when I got this, and I was, wow, okay,
Okay, so you're volunteering information all along.
correct.
Period. Okay. Now, now let's go to the next one, which would be May 15th, 2023, Exhibit 11 is what we're going to call that. Is there another, hand you that.
Thank you.
Also 11.
Thank you.
So I'm handed you 11. Is 11, May 15th, 2023, further correspondence?
Yes.
Okay? Hold on. Actually, let's make that one 12 and make this one 11. I'm going to hand you 11 right now. I just want to keep it in order with the motion. So this will be 11. That's the one I handed you before is 12, and then we're still in order. So here is 11.
Thank you.
And then that one will be 12. Okay, so to keep in line here, there's 12. So 11 was what I just substituted. 11 was the 11 was the May 15th, 2023 correspondence.
Yes.
And then there was further correspondence July 19th, 2023. That's 12, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'd like to tender both of those and then we'll go through them.
Any objection to plaintiffs 11 and 12?
No, ma'am.
All right,
Okay.
they're admitted.
So just to be clear, for the record here, May 15, 2023, 11, you wrote in pertinent part, you actually, there were 3 methods of communication that you used here.
Yes.
You did text message, you had
Email,
Family
and
Wizard,
Wizard.
and email.
Correct.
Okay, and in here, you specifically wrote, what are you still waiting for to either sell or refinance the car? As per the court order, you have until September to have these completed by. These things take time to do, so you should know your plans by now. You've had plenty of time, is that correct?
Correct. Yes.
Did you also in there inquire about the failure to pay HOA fees? And
Yes.
a lien that was placed on the residence because of that?
Yes.
Which was also part of her responsibility.
Correct. I was kind of upset as well because that was around the timeline that she got a DUI and she left my son with the neighbor for a week, and I was upset at the time.
Got it. I think you raised the DUI in one of our, I guess, our final response to
Correct.
the amended motion for new trial.
Yes.
But so, okay, well, then there's also the issue with the vehicle and the car that's still registered in your name, even though.
Yes.
We'll get to that. But, okay, now to 12, though, July 19th, 2023, again, she's still got several months left. Did you write in part, when you refinance, you will have all access you want. You can also have the loan officer to call me so I can provide any information you need. If I give you access, you, the mortgage app, you can withdraw equity and also request the finance without my knowledge. Sorry, I can't be of more help. Let me know if you have any other questions. About Honda, you should have Honda do a 3-way call and you can request anything all you want. Also, I advise do refinancing the house first and then the car so your credit doesn't have a big impact on the loan.
Yes, that's
Okay,
me.
so were you giving her many options and
I
suggestions?
gave her course of actions and everything,
Okay.
and like I said, that was a timeline that like I was upset. I was really upset when that happened because she left my son for a week with somebody after the DUI, and nobody reached out to me to let me know, hey, your son, his mom is in jail, and my son never reached out to me, and I was upset because he didn't have any other family members here.
Well, I get it, and you're obviously, he wasn't talking to you at that point.
Correct, or he hasn't talked to me for 5 years already. So I still requesting for text messages,
But you're
pictures,
still
and
giving her
everything.
notice and trying to give her a message
Yes,
of doing something.
yes.
Okay, so, moving forward here, let's just to keep this in line here, just so everyone knows. Are you aware of the current mortgage that's due on the residence?
Yes, as of March 11, 2024, the new mortgage payment is going to be $2,187.34.
Okay, so the reason you're saying that is you
Taxes.
recently received a notice
Correct.
that
Escrow
there's
analysis.
been a
Yes.
updated escrow analysis?
Yes.
So I'm handing you what we'll call 13? Okay, so that shows the new payment. That has to do somewhat with the relief due that you're asking that until it's sold, that she be required to make the updated amounts. Even though
Yes.
that should be self-explanatory.
Correct.
Okay, so we'd like to tender 12?
Should be 13.
Sorry.
Any objection to plaintiff's exhibit 13?
No, ma'am.
It's admitted.
Okay, and I know there's various, you haven't had money to hire an appraiser, but just from the Chatham County Board of Assessors website, we see based on 215,000 being owed, they valued it.
Thank you.
Although I think that could be traditionally low or high at different times. Do you see where they have their certified appraisal at
$430.
$376,300?
Yeah.
So there's definitely equity in the house,
Yes.
correct? We'll call that 14. Okay, and just doing some comparisons, you also, I mean, that's clearly not the extent of it. You've got where Zillow has it, and that's an estimate of 431,000.
And
You don't know what that's
453,000.
gonna be. Could be up to 453.
Yes.
Okay, here's a copy of what you pulled off. This is your house, right?
Thank you.
This is your house?
Yes.
Let me give you a copy.
Yes.
Okay, I'd like to tender that as 16, sorry.
All right, so wait, did you tender 14 and 15?
Correct.
Any objection to 14, 15, and 16, Ms. Viscaia?
No, Your Honor.
They're admitted.
Okay. Believe it or not, I've got a couple more exhibits that looks like.
DMV?
Huh?
The DMV?
Huh?
The DMV?
I think that it looks like that may have gotten left behind. So I can always, when she puts up her case, have someone bring that over in case we need to do any redirect. But let me ask you this, because I do have all the documents. It looks like I may have left last night that little extra pile on the side. So tell me this. Let's go to the second ground of contempt. You are alleging as the second ground that in addition to not paying, she failed to pay the mortgage, taxes, and insurance also for a period of 6 months. Is that correct?
Correct.
While she delayed filing her motions.
Yes.
Correct? And did you, for those 6 months, make those payments?
Correct. And also there was a month that I make the child support payment.
We're going to get to that
As
too.
well.
We got each one broken down, I think, differently. But so your second ground for contempt was that you paid for 6 months $1,860.43 per month for a total of $11,162.58.
Correct.
Okay. Now, number 3, your third ground for contempt. Does there a section regarding the vehicles and debts on pages 5 and 6 of the decree?
It says she has to refinance the vehicle under her name.
Okay, so she was awarded the Honda Pilot that's registered in your name, is that right?
Correct.
And she was required to indemnify you against any liability, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Did she fail to make the Honda Pilot monthly premiums for 6 months?
I mean, the monthly premium, the payment for the car payment, yes, I was making the payments.
So you made the payments.
Correct.
And of course, she had a pending motion, which may have told that. She may have thought that was going to get her through it, but ultimately that was denied. So retroactively, she became required to pay it, correct?
Yes.
And so for those 6 months where you made the payment, because it was tied to your credit and your security
Correct.
clearance, $556 a month, that came to another $3,336.
Correct.
Okay. In addition to that, is she also responsible for the taxes, insurance, and maintenance?
Yes.
Now, you mentioned, was she charged with something during that period?
So yes, she was charged with a DUI and endangerment of a child in the vehicle.
Okay, and that was while she also did not register the vehicle?
Correct.
So you've pulled from the DMV, you actually probably have it on your phone too if we need it.
Yes.
But I think I'm gonna have my office bring it over.
I was also upset because the year prior, she took my son out of the country without my knowledge. And she took him to Mexico without my knowledge. Even there was a personal matter, she should have let me know that she was taking my son out of the country.
Okay. So.
And it was like double dipping. I was upset at the time.
Okay, but she is required to indemnify you against any liability with the Honda Pilot, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now, did you see within the, first of all, was it easy getting her served in this case?
No, it wasn't.
Did you even have to help out the process? of her
I
terms of-
help her, I helped the process. I was in the neighborhood and I was like, well, she's here, and I was helping the server
It
lady.
took how many weeks to finally get her?
2, 3 weeks.
Would she take off when?
She was taking off. She never
I think I recorded this because I love his accent.
answered the door.
Did you observe her driving the car which she hasn't registered? Which
Yes.
is in your name and you're liable for?
Correct.
You actually saw it?
I saw her,
You
yes.
actually have
Yes.
video
Correct.
evidence of that?
Correct.
And did the process server within her affidavit also observe her having just pulled up and parked in the
Yes.
vehicle?
Yes.
And you're still liable on this?
Correct.
And she should have registered it, okay. So, are you asking the court to find her in contempt for not registering, for not,
She has to refinance the vehicle under her name or pay the whole amount for.
that's part of our relief that we're asking for in
Correct.
terms of, okay. Fourth, does it, in the section of marital residence, page 5 of the decree, addressed also in 5 of the motion, did she fail to pay HOA fees with
Yes.
the marital residence while she delayed the matter with the
Yes.
motions? And did you pay the HOA obligation for 2 months?
Yes, I did.
Because it was associated with you too?
I did.
And that was $135 per month,
Correct.
so $270 total
Yes.
that she retroactively was responsible for as soon as.
Yes, I even
each of
called the
motions-
HOA in South Carolina in Hilton Head, and they told me that it's not gonna affect my credit. Because like I said, I have a top secret clearance, and anything that affect my credit, I can get in trouble. And they told me that I will have to go to court.
And you pay child support, right?
Yeah, I pay child support.
if
And at the
you
time,
don't-
I was paying the mortgage and the car and
If your security clearance is jeopardized, you lose your employment.
absolutely.
Okay. Now, also, part of this, was there, after the 2 months, did the HOA then file a lien against the property that's currently pending for the amount of $2,126.64 for additional months that she did not pay?
Yes, and there's a case pending for that as well.
Okay.
I think she negotiated something and she's doing payments now, but I don't know.
Okay. Well, are you asking that she be required, and out of her settlement proceeds from the house, that also be? All of
Yes.
these amounts ultimately first get deducted from her 50%. From the
Correct.
sale. Okay. Fifth, you also alleged about our family wizard. So was there a requirement in there?
Yes,
And that requirement was that everybody,
pay $100 for the whole year, and she never did.
okay, and as of the time that you indicated you last checked on November 21st, 2023, had she logged in?
No, no. And I'm sorry, this is just, Your Honor, I just want to add something. I know that we're going too fast here. It's been 5 years already, Your Honor, and I haven't seen my son. My son, he's 17 years old. I haven't seen my son. And I have to wait outside the school just to see him. I even got told by the security guard to leave the premises. And then I told him that my son go to school there. And I asked for pictures. I asked for anything. She never gave me access to anything of my son. I don't know what, I have to find out that my son go to school to from a neighbor that go to school there. Oh, I know that guy.
So even if he doesn't want to talk to you or anything, you're saying still our family wizard and the notifications are things she's still supposed to be doing that you have
Yes,
not even gotten
I think that's
information.
evil. That's way too evil for a person to keep your son away from you, and they're giving a chance to.
But the actionable part here really is the our family wizard, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Your sixth ground for contempt. Was there also a provision under furnishings and personal property on page 6 of the final decree?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question?
The sixth ground for contempt, furnishings and personal property.
Yes, military gear, my guns, my everything, my tools.
Specifically, you were supposed to be able to get your things you had asked for since years. The divorce was pending for years,
Correct, and
but your personal items, your military gear over $20,000 worth, which
It's
not
on my
even
CIF.
government's, right?
The government will have to do a police report in order for them to flipple to me and pay that money to me.
your
So,
gym equipment, your tools, and all serialized guns,
Yes.
which you were supposed to be able to receive,
Yes.
correct? Now, has she ever responded or allowed
she
you
hasn't
to do that?
responded to anything.
Okay. So, are you asking the court as a sum of all this, to find her in willful contempt of the court's orders.
Yes.
Okay. Are you asking the court to either consider incarceration unless she purges herself, or you've, I think, proposed in the relief, in addition to what it says here, various alternatives of what the court can do? Let's walk through those. And again, I may have my office bring over other documents if we need to show all the payments that you're making them, if she tries to refute them, since we have all this prepared, and apparently that was the second pile that did not
Yes.
come. But okay, so let's go through our requested relief. Are you asking that the court require her to comply with the duty to sell the residence and/or enable you to take control of and list the residence for sale without further delay with the realtor of your choosing, given her unwillingness to cooperate with the process to date?
Yes.
And are you asking the court to consider an established realtor like Casey Saxon Chavera,
Yes.
who we know is willing to list the residence? Are you asking within that that you also be granted immediate access to the residence to enable you to inspect the premises for listing?
Correct.
You asking that she be required to cooperate with the listing and not cause any damage or take anything out or ruin anything in the residence any further, and keep the residence in show-ready condition at all times and permit the realtor access to show the residence?
Correct.
Are you asking that, given all of the stalling till now, that the final decision on whether to accept a offer on the residence be vested with you?
Yes.
And are you asking that this house be required to be listed within, at this point, I mean immediately, but within 30 days?
Yes.
Upon the sale of the residence, are you asking the court to split the proceeds between you, as the decree already says, 50/50, prior, but then holding aside from hers or deducting
The debts,
from it
correct.
the obligations that she's in arrears of?
Yes.
Okay, so, and we suggest.
So I don't know how long this divorce has been going. A while. And this woman had things that she was supposed to do. And she's done nothing. Absolutely nothing. So he's, pretty mad because, everything's going against his credit right now and things like that. Divorces are always messy. Always. Even no contest divorces are messy. But don't worry, guys. We get to hear her soon because she's pro se. So we don't hear her lawyer. We hear her.
Suggested two things there. So now also, shouldn't need to be said, but are you asking that given the updated escrow analysis, and it's gone up a drop, that she be required to make the current payments that have gone up a drop, as she's required to do anyway?
Yes.
Okay, until it's sold.
Correct.
Are you asking specifically that she be required to reimburse you the $11,162.58, which you had to pay due to her failure to pay the mortgage for the 6 months that she was required to do so?
Yes.
And you asking that she either pay that within 60 days of the date of this hearing, or that that amount be further deducted from her portion of the net sales proceeds, or her 50%, and added to your portion upon the sale, whichever of those events first occurred? Meaning
Yes.
she'll have an incentive to comply, because she either does that, and if not, that the court consider issuing should the defendant fail to comply, and notice be given to the court, that the court issue a bench warrant for her to be incarcerated until she purges that.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're gonna be asking for that specific for each of these, so.
Yes.
You asking that she be required to reimburse you for $3,336 that you had to pay because of the Honda Pilot that she didn't pay.
Yes.
And that again, she either pay that to you within 60 days of this hearing to reimburse you, or that it be deducted from her, that she be, or that it be further deducted from her portion of the sale.
Correct.
Okay, and whichever of those events first occurs, so again, we've got motivation to move this along. Are you asking that she pay off because she clearly for a while wasn't making the payments, and you're still obligated on a car that she is driving illegally?
And the property too, because I'm responsible for the property.
Correct. So are you asking that she be required to pay off the remaining indebtedness?
Yes.
How much, do you know how much it is?
For the vehicle?
Yeah.
$8,000.
8,000?
Yes.
So that she be required to pay that off within 60 days of the hearing, or that be deducted also to first take care of that from her net proceeds and added to your plaintiff's, I guess that wouldn't really be added to the plaintiff's portion. It'd be paid off so that you don't have any further liability.
Correct.
And move.
And I'm not an evil person. If she can talk to me and communicate with me, I can literally tell her, I can put the vehicle on the registration, because I know that she doesn't have any other type of transportation. And like my son, it's using that vehicle, so
Well, I get it.
it's just communication.
But if something happens, you're responsible.
I'm reliable for it, correct?
Okay, and you're asking, obviously, as it says in there, that she properly register, refinance, and comply with any obligations regarding the Honda, right?
Yes,
Okay, are you asking that she be required to reimburse you for the 2 months of the HOA payments that you had to pay out of pocket when she
Yes.
didn't pay? And again, that either be paid to you within 60 days or deducted from the net sales proceeds and added to your portion, whichever of those events first occurs?
yes,
Are you asking that she be required to be solely responsible to satisfy the lien that the HOA placed in the amount of $2,126 for the months that was not paid on the HOA?
yes,
Okay. Are you, and again, you're asking that the court, without any further delay, give you access here to this residence, so that,
for initial
to
inspection.
secure your personal
fix
property as
and
well?
everything, correct.
Is that correct? And are you asked that she be specifically restrained from destroying or damaging the residence, as well as from otherwise taking any action to impede the sale process?
Yes,
Finally, are you asking the court to consider, you did not file for attorney's fees throughout the divorce, even though they sought them, we fought them, they were not awarded. At this point, though, have you incurred significant
Yes.
fees from 2 different points here? Are you asking the court to consider an award under 1962?
Yes.
Of attorney's fees? And we, I think, listed within our proposed relief some of the related law. And also, the court could consider 915-14A or B for her unnecessarily expanding the scope of the proceedings, and that would be all those subsequent motions, the amendments, the keep on retrying, and then going to an appeal that they knew was frivolous and making allegations in
it's
there.
a never-end movie, yes.
Okay, so now I'm going to just state in my place, here is, I haven't filed it yet, but I'll make this, what, 15, 17, sorry. Okay, this is an affidavit of attorney's fees, reflects, breaks down, 1, how my firm's billing works, what we've done on this specific matter, right? Is that correct?
Yes,
Okay, and Your Honor, I'm going to state in my place, my current billable rate as of January 1st, 2024 is $425 an hour. Back in 2023, it was $395. We have in our contracts that rates can be adjusted for each person based on the market every year. I know more than, at that point, it was no more than $35 that it could be. Mine went from $395 to $425 January 1st, 2024. In 2023, it was the $395. The other people that worked on this matter, Brett Brinson, was $295 for many years, including 2023. His increased to $325 as of January 1st, 2024. And then our paralegal, she was $165. Katie Cretchy, who worked on this in 2023, and her rate was raised to $185 as of January 1st. And I've attached here, there's 3 exhibits. One of them shows the amount up until today, including yesterday, which shows, A, just the invoice status for everything that was done, costs incurred from January 18th, 2024 through yesterday, the end of yesterday, which was $7,715.54. That includes filing fees, the process server stuff, and really everything up until then. B, which is also attached, has, this is all overdue, this is not everything that was owed before, but this goes back to April 15th, 2023, which is really when they filed the motion for new trial, which started tolling his ability to act on things that she could do. So not 2022, but 2023, when he could have acted on the HOA, the mortgage, the pilots. And since that time, although the court may recall that for a period, we did withdraw, and that was, he couldn't pay, and there's only so much that we could keep funding. We did help as much as we could, but then when he promised that the source that he did have that was going to become available, we, agreed to re-enter, and we did obviously have some billing and provide advice and a lot of stuff throughout, just not court appearances. And the total from that date, if we start instead of that, is not the 7,000 number, but that with all the appeals and everything else comes to a total of $29,115.80. And whatever the court considers or decides to award, we're asking that that amount also first serve as a deduction against her 50% portion. So there is money there to satisfy this. There is equity, but I state in my place that these are accurate. This is within the, I've been practicing since 2007, specifically in family law. I believe I know that my rates for my experience and what we've done in this matter, first of all, is reasonable, given what was involved. I'm not going to sit there and introduce every single motion and response, because there's piles of it. But this was quite a ordeal, and this was the divorce that just would never seem to end. So I think that's it for the moment.
All right, thank you. Any questions, Ms. Viscaia? Well, first of all, any objection to Plaintiff's Exhibit 17, Ms. Viscaia?
Was that
That's
the
the
last one?
attorney's,
Oh,
the
yeah.
affidavit of
Let me
Mr.
give-
Schachter.
Let me give you a copy. It's just my affidavit showing.
And it's just an objection as to its admissibility. You can still make any argument or present any evidence to refute the,
Ma'am, I'm okay with it, thank you.
all right, so Exhibit 17 is admitted. Ms. Viscaia, do you have any questions of Mr. Viscaia?
I just have a question, will I be able to,
Testify?
yes, ma'am?
Yes, but do you have questions of Mr. Viscaia?
Yes, I have.
Regarding, okay, let me have you come to the podium so I can be sure to hear you because your voice is
Can I
soft.
bring my paperwork?
Yes, yes, just come to the podium.
Yes, ma'am.
You have questions? Go ahead,
Oh,
you can
yes.
proceed.
Gabriel, you stated that I was in jail for a week, and that our son was with a neighbor for a whole week?
That's what your brother told me. I have text messages from him.
How old is our son?
He's 16, about to be 17.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure because you stated numerous times that our son was 17. Okay. Let me see. You stated that you were red flagged because bills were not paid.
What do you mean red flag?
You said that, whatever you call when you do for security clearance, you said that you were red flagged due to me, correct?
There's no, I never say red flag.
Yes, you've mentioned it
I
multiple
was
times.
Well, I'm
afraid.
sorry, are you talking about his testimony here?
Here and every time that he stated this for his
Okay.
security clearance. I just wanted to mention,
Okay. Well, no, let me just say, you
Yes, ma'am.
can't argue with him, so if
Oh,
he
no,
gives an
ma'am.
answer that you don't agree with, you can either ask another question or
Yes,
just
ma'am.
wait until it's your turn to present evidence.
yes, ma'am.
All right, so what's your question?
My question was that you had stated that because of me, you were red flagged.
I
Your
don't-
security clearance, were having issues because of me.
I don't understand what the red flag means. I never say red flag.
Okay, you were having issues with your top secret security clearance because of me.
No, because of you, because there was a person living in 231 Carlisle Way named James McFerrin, and that's your uncle. It was still alive, but he passed away in 2014, I believe, and there was an income of $35,000 coming into that property. That's why I was interviewed by the agent to see where does the money come from.
Okay.
And it's still up to these days, there's somebody living in that property.
So my question to you is, you were not questioned because of you moving multiple large amounts of money?
Just going to object to the relevance.
Okay. Ms. Viscaia, what is this
Okay,
relevant to the
that's-
contempt action today? Because I'm going to sustain that
Okay,
unless you
that's
show me
fine.
a connection.
If that's something else, then that's okay. My other question is to you. You stated multiple times that I forged your signature to bring our son out of the country.
So I have the plane tickets from your brother. Your brother gave me the plane tickets that you took a bus all the way to
Hold on,
Monterey.
Mr. Schechter, is your client, I don't recall, seeking any kind of contempt based on, finding of contempt based on the son being taken to Mexico?
No, he's
Okay,
just mentioning.
that's
his-
also not relevant.
Yeah.
You didn't object when he mentioned it, but it's not relevant to what I have to decide here today,
Oh,
so.
it was just towards the accusation of me
Yeah, it's
falsifying
not relevant to what
documents.
I have to decide here
Okay,
today. so.
okay.
You haven't
And
crossed the border.
Hold
Another-
on, sir. It's not relevant, so I don't need to hear any more about that.
You've stated that I don't communicate with you, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And give me one brief moment. You've also stated that you've paid the HOA, correct? When the judge told us you were responsible from October 2022 prior, and anything moving forward was me. You stated that you paid for it, correct?
I paid 2 months, yes.
Okay. I'm not sure, do you recall the last time we were here, you told the judge that you were paying all of the bills and that you weren't behind on anything, correct?
Can we get some context here? I'm sorry.
Give me 1 second.
Well, I'm sorry I couldn't pay
I have
everything.
here where, okay, what was the name of the person that you spoke with the HOA?
It was, I don't remember her name. If I get my phone, I have her name. It
Is
was,
it possible we could give him his phone? so-
Okay, what are you trying to
It's
show?
because he has not paid for the HOA. I have here where I've spoken, I've pleaded with the
Okay, well, if you have
lawyer.
something you want to submit into evidence, I'll let you do that.
Okay,
But it doesn't matter to me who we spoke with. If you have proof that it wasn't paid, then
okay.
just
But she doesn't submit it into evidence, guys. She just doesn't.
present that.
Then my other thing is, you've stated, I just asked you a few minutes ago, you said that I don't communicate at all with you. And you agreed that I hadn't. I have plenty of things going back and forth. I see that you've chosen, just to give certain things where I haven't answered you. But there's conversations of you and I going back and forth where.
Just gonna object unless there's a
Ms.
question.
Vizcaya, you have to ask him questions. I'll give you an opportunity to testify, but right now you should be asking him questions and then he answers and then
Oh,
you
I
ask
do
another question.
apologize.
It's okay. I just need you to do it that way though.
Yes, I'm doing my best to understand. Let me see. Honestly, Your Honor, I don't think I really understand, so I don't have any questions. I can just testify when I have my own
Okay, that's
opportunity
fine.
and give that.
No,
I don't
that's
want to
fine.
waste any more of your time.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Any other questions, Mr. Schachter?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Vizcaya, you may take your seat.
Yes, ma'am.
And take any papers that you have up there, please. Anything else to present, Mr. Schachter?
No, Your Honor, that would be
All right.
our case for
Ms.
the,
Viscott.
let me hold that. Subject to, the
No, I understand.
rebuttal, and I actually have, someone's bringing over the pile of other supporting documents that I don't know if they're going to be important or not, but just in case that I unfortunately left
Okay.
that pile.
Ms. Vizcaya, if you'd like to testify, you can come and take the stand.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now she talks for a bit, and then the attorney starts asking her
so-
questions, and that's when I get scared for her. And I already know what the comments are going to say. I'm not on her side. I'm not saying she's right and he's wrong. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just generally scared for her as a human being because I think she's in trouble.
Witness stand, thank you. All right, Ms. Vizcaya, you've been sworn. If you'd like to tell me, in the things that we're here about, he's asking me to hold you in contempt for not following the court's order as it relates to the sale of the home, the payment of the Honda Pilot monthly payments, as well as insurance, registration, failure to pay the HOA payment since October 2022, as well as, and I guess that's in dealing with the HOA loan.
Okay, it's coming.
Lien. So what is it that you'd like to tell me?
A couple of things, Judge. I did make an effort to transfer the house into my name, and I have supporting documents to show. Unfortunately, things were going really well. I had lost my job, and then I was being asked, in order for us to close, was for me to pay off a credit card.
When did you lose your job?
It was shortly after we came to court last time.
I honestly don't remember. So when we came to court when you all were here last time, so if
Maybe a
this is
month or two later.
April,
or
okay, what month, what year?
2023. It was September, the end of September of last year.
So you lost a job September 2023?
Yes.
Okay.
But I had still showed all the documents needed and everything else. Unfortunately, because I had a high debt to
Income ratio?
something similar to that. I was told I needed to pay off a certain credit card, and my brother was willing to pay it off. Unfortunately, they said that it had to come from my funds, and I could not provide. I think it was $3,000 or $4,000 that I needed to pay, and I could not come up with that on my own without that money being given. But I have documents here and text messages, and even where I've filed and everything else.
When was it that you tried to refinance? What month and year was that?
It was really close to the date, August of last year, and then actually in September of last year. It was really close. It was on the cutoff.
All right, any other attempts since then?
No, because I had lost my job and I didn't have, there's no way I could have made those payments.
Okay, so once that didn't happen, then what efforts did you do to get the home placed on the market, which was the other part of the court's order, that if you didn't refinance by September 2023, then the house was to be sold?
I did, can I place this here?
Yes, or either just,
I'll just put it right here. I did not. I received a message from Gabriel shortly after that he had put the house on for sale and it was going to be sold as is. And he sent me messages, and I have those too, where he told
when
me.
did he send you a message about that?
Give me a brief moment.
I have no idea.
Well, while you're looking for that, so has the house been placed on the market?
No, ma'am, it has not.
Why not?
Because I do not have authority to do any of that. I do not have, I'm not able to get access. I do not have the permission because it's still under Gabriel's name.
Did you speak with him about
With
putting the
Gabriel?
house on the market?
With Gabriel?
Yes.
No, ma'am, I did not because.
Why not?
Anytime that I've made, in the past, when I've made attempts to even communicate with him, it's either an insult, or slide remarks, or he denies that I'll do something.
Okay, so do you have any proof that you reached out to him after you weren't able to finance?
Oh, no, ma'am, after that I did not.
So.
No, because
hold
he had
on, hold on,
specific.
let me finish my question. After you weren't able to refinance, what efforts did you make to communicate with him to get the house sold?
Oh, I did not. I did not, because he sent me a message stating that he had placed the house up for sale.
Did you see a for sale sign placed outside?
Let me see. I can show you what it was.
That's a yes or no. Did a realtor come to the house to talk to you about showing the house?
I'm gone a lot, no, but I
Placed it?
received multiple phone calls that they were people directed by Gabriel, a young lady by the name of Savannah.
I'm gonna object to the hearsay. I mean, I
Don't give me any hearsay.
No,
Okay,
any
so
of
when
that.
he told you that he was placing the house up for sale, did you see a sign placed outside by a
No,
realtor?
no.
Did a realtor come in to get the house ready to talk to you about getting?
There was
home?
people that came and took pictures, but I didn't interact with anybody. I'm pretty much gone most of the day and late into the night, so I didn't know.
I'm gonna make an odd objection of hearsay unless.
Well, about her talking about
Well,
somebody
is-
coming to
well,
the
no,
house.
no, not about that. I'm asking about her claiming that she got these messages from him and things like that. Unless she has it,
I'm looking
Well,
for them,
hold on,
sir.
that's not hearsay, he's
oh,
here.
right,
so-
right, right. But my objection is that I think that she's been very crafty in the past at making things up. She could have, this could be from
Well,
some.
that's not hearsay, you can, should
Well,
seek to impeach
if it's not
her.
really from him.
Okay, all right,
I
I've asked her
can-
to show me the communications.
I can
so-
also show from my phone if it's easier. That way you can see. that
Whatever
it's
you
not-
have to show me what communications took place between you and he regarding the sale of the house.
I'm gonna grab my phone.
Well, if it's not something that can be put into evidence, I don't,
Oh, I just wanted to prove to you that it wasn't something that I was just crafty and made up
Okay.
because it's coming from his phone number.
I'm not putting both as an option. You got to pick one. Do we bring sweet snacks to Court Vibe streams, or do we bring salty snacks to Court Vibe streams? You got to pick one. You just got to. Hi, Crystal.
is October 15th.
Well, here's the problem.
Yes, ma'am.
If I can't put that in evidence, I don't want to see what's on your phone.
Oh,
It
I
has to
can-
be
I have-
stuff printed out and.
Oh, okay.
Just as the text messages that Mr. Vizcaya put
Yes,
forth
ma'am.
are printed out. Unless you want me to put your phone in the evidence.
No, I have the picture. I just thought I'd show you a little bit faster.
Okay, we have a poll going on in chat. When you watch streams, do you eat sweet snacks or salty snacks? Everybody's upset because I don't have both, but they can't have that. So right now, I'm going to end the poll right now. Sweet one. 55% of us eat sweet snacks during streams. 45% eat salty. If you're in a percentage that does not have snacky snacks while you stream, then you need to. You just need to.
Thank you so much.
Nope. I'm not concerned for her because she's lost. Don't worry, it's coming. It's coming very, very soon.
Right.
This judge is going to get her. This judge is going to get her.
Unfortunately, I don't have that part printed out, but I do have where he sent me an email with the link to the house after he had told me it was up for sale.
Well, let me ask you this.
Yes,
So your testimony is that you believe the house was already put up for sale, even though you didn't see a sign and no one's ever come by to see the house,
Well,
a
because
realtor?
I believed it because when he tells me he's gonna do stuff, that's what he usually does. And so when he said that he had put out the house for sale, especially it being in his name, yes, ma'am, I did believe that.
And you believe he did that when? He told you that when?
He told me this. October 16th.
Of last year?
No, October 15th. The house
Of
is for sale.
2023?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Anything else you wish to tell me?
In reference to, so it was stated that, I just asked for the court to, the reason we went back and forth with court, I'm not exactly sure the words for it, but what the,
I'll be honest, Mr. Schachter went on about that. It's of no consequence to me at this point. I want to know about the payments on the house, not the payments, but
yes,
the
ma'am.
sale of the house, the efforts made to do that, because you would agree you weren't able to refinance by the September
Yes,
2023
ma'am.
deadline, about the payments for the vehicle, whether you've made those payments or not. If you have anything to contradict his testimony
I do have.
regarding, because he's only asking that you be held in contempt because you've not
Here are the
allowed
Honda
him to
payments.
sell the house, do what needs to be done to sell the house, that you've not paid for the Honda, and had, and
I
then
have
you also-
payments here, right here, that I've made to the Honda payment.
Okay. So you don't believe that he paid $3,336 worth of payments after you should have been paying for the Honda?
So the reason he was paying, when we went to court, there is something called Robinson versus Robinson. And that was the case, it stands for the proposition that pays for the temporary order, and it controls the terms until the remitter was issued, which was January 18th, 2024.
So you don't believe he had to pay, is that what you're saying?
Not during the court, not, because it falls back under when we come to court. And the reason we were coming back to court each time was because we were trying to prove that Gabriel was spending extra marital funds, and he was using them on his current wife,
Your Honor, I would
and
just-
his vehicles and his
Okay, I
motorcycles.
understand what her defense is.
I'm going to object based on relevance, because
Okay,
retroactively,
that's
she
fine.
was definitely.
But that's
Okay,
why we
hold
were
on,
going
hold
back.
on.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and so, anything else you want to tell me? And what about the HOA payments?
The HOA payments, I've spoken to Mr. Longley, and I have communication back and forth where I was trying to reach out to somebody so I could make the payments. And I explained to him that I was responsible from October 1st to the front. There was a lien on the house, but he had stated that, if we
Can't
could.
tell me what someone else who's
Oh,
not
I'm
able to
sorry.
testify said.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so do you contest that you owe for HOA payments in the amount of $2,126?
Yes, I do not owe that.
And why not?
I do not, because Gabriel is responsible from October 1st prior, going back.
Okay.
I have receipts here where I paid $750 from October 1st and on, and I have receipts right here, and I have communication with Mr. Longley. I don't have extra copies,
Okay,
but the receipts are here.
all right. Mr. Shack, do you have any questions?
Of the. No, I'm gonna, hold on.
She's not in deep water yet, but she's about to be.
Ma'am, you do realize that if you filed your case, or your motions, which technically told, so you believed you were under a temporary order, that the second that the judge denied your motions, or ultimately when you lost your appeal retroactively, you were still responsible for all the obligations that you had originally been ordered to pay, but hadn't paid, that Gabe had paid. You're aware of that, right?
I am now.
Okay, so those 6 months when he paid the vehicle that you originally were supposed to be paying, that ended up being where you are responsible.
Can you tell me which 6 months there were? Because I have receipts here of that I
Well,
paid for.
actually, I'm asking the questions. But
Okay.
I am going to put up my client with more testimony and show actually where he paid all this stuff, because I got that stuff brought up.
Okay, and may I say something, Judge?
Sure.
So in the beginning, when Gabriel was supposed to pay child support, he did send 2 checks, which were deemed back to Maker, and I have them here.
Gonna object to this, there's no pending contempt for any rearage
But I just wanted
What are
to,
you telling me about child support?
because this is where we're going about why he was paying for the house. And I would just like to be given the opportunity to just
Okay, overrule.
explain.
Tell me what,
So, there were 2 checks in the beginning that he had sent. They were
when you give
deemed,
me the dates of the checks.
yes, ma'am.
so
October 1st
what
and
year?
November 4th
What year?
of 2022.
Of 2022?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and those checks, what about?
Those checks, I was not able to cash them for child support, but to keep the peace, they were deemed return to Maker. Each time that I tried to go into the bank, they said that I needed to send them back to the person who gave them to me, which was Gabriel. The teller reached out to
What were the
Gabriel.
amounts of those checks?
705, both for 705.
Okay, but you understand that the the plaintiff is claiming that he paid $11,162 worth of mortgage payments since the October 2022 date.
I was getting to the rest of that.
Okay,
I also have emails where him and I are going back and forth where I explained to him, I'm like, look, Gabriel, because I couldn't cash those checks, I let time go by to keep the peace because I did not want to reach out to him and stir problems. Then I had sent a long email explaining him the breakdown of the payments to the point that he had stated that I double dipped and I cashed those checks previously, which was untrue. I was unable to.
Okay, so tell me amounts, because if I were to give you credit for the 1705 times 2, which is what, $1,410, we're still talking close to $10,000 worth of payments that he said he made since you were responsible for paying. So are there other funds that you're telling me?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, what proof do you
The
have
only
of
ones that I did not pay was when we came to court. Everything else I have paid for.
So you're contesting that he paid $11,162
Yes, ma'am.
worth of mortgage payments since you were responsible? That you were responsible for?
So the only time that I did not pay was when we came back to court.
I don't know what you mean by that.
So if it was just a month or two, those are the months that I did not pay because, according to the Robinson and Robinson, he was held responsible for those.
Okay. Any other questions?
Not of this witness, Your Honor.
All right, you can step down. Thank you.
I do
Do you have any other evidence to present, Ms.
Here we go.
Vizcaya? Oh, and let me ask you a question. You said you're not home a lot, so if the,
During normal hours,
are you working now?
yes, ma'am, I am.
Because what I'm trying to find out, so if the court says, which I've already said, house needs to be sold. So if Mr. Vizcaya right now leaves here, engages a realtor to put the house on the market, and they need to come in to see the home, are we gonna be back here because you're telling me you have unusual times where you're there or not? In order for them to get access to the home, to do whatever staging, make recommendations, to show the home?
No, ma'am, I can do.
What are
work
your
on it.
hours that you work?
I work until 5:30.
Where do you work?
I would rather not say because, I don't might have a problem telling you, but I just don't want
Waffle
any
House.
Gabriel or anybody else coming by my job. He's already sent his current wife to our home, and it upset our son.
Well, Ms.
Can I
Vizcaya,
object to that?
here's the thing. So the house needs to be sold
Yes,
based on what
ma'am.
I'm hearing.
I
And based on
understand.
what I previously ordered.
I understand.
And so I just want to be clear that the court expects that if you, and I have provisions about if you all can't agree on a realtor, then you each pick one and those two pick another realtor.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't expect there to be any delays because a realtor cannot get in the home because they work weekends, after hours. That's not unusual because of the nature of the work. So I just want to be clear if there are any concerns about that we get that resolved now.
It is. I'll have to do late nights because I do work 7 days a week. I have 2 jobs.
Well, they just need access.
No,
whether
I understand,
you're
but what
there or
I'm saying
not.
is I want to make sure that I have, we move our stuff out and the house is clean.
Waffle House and Walmart.
No. That's what we're not going to do.
Okay.
Because it doesn't matter to me whether you move your stuff out or not. If the realtor, if he leaves here today and engages a realtor and they want to get in there within the next 24, 48 hours, I don't want to hear it's got to be clean first, I got to do this first. They need access and they can talk with both of you as to what they think needs to be done to sell the home. I'm not going to put up with any more delays
Right.
because this should have been, this process should have already begun since you did not refinance the house
Yes, ma'am.
in September, for whatever reason. I don't hold that against you. But at this point, I want to make sure we're clear on what the court's expectations are. So if they say we can get in and we're ready to do whatever needs to be done to show it, it's not going to be up to you to determine when that occurs.
Right.
So we're clear on that?
I understand. ma'am.
Okay. Any other questions?
I have one follow-up question. Ma'am, do you have, we've already checked into it, and there's a very reputable realtor. Do you have any objection to Casey Chavera, who sells a lot of houses and
Which
gets...
agency?
Casey, she just recently switched, I think, from Seabolt, or maybe she switched to Seabolt. I'm not exactly sure. There's a couple of divorces that have been before Your Honor, including, let's say, the Moss
Okay.
one, where
right.
she sold the house within literally 2 weeks, and she gets top dollar.
All right. Any objection to that realtor?
Yes, I would like to get my own. I have someone.
Who's there? Who's your person?
It's in their interest to sell. it for
Who's your
much.
person?
Her name is April Smith.
Who's she with?
She's an independent person.
Okay, what's her number?
Hold on.
I tell you what, you can give her that information. I'm gonna take a brief recess because I've pretty much heard enough. The house needs to be placed on the market ASAP. And I'd like for you all, if you can't agree on a realtor, then you get those two, her person, your person, and see if they can come up with somebody else. And what's your basis for your objection to the person he named?
I don't know that person.
Your Honor, my response would be, we've had so much time and so many games, and this has happened
Okay.
for so long.
I just told you, she can call, get April Smith, y'all take a
Y'all
recess, see
can
if we
whatever.
can get her on the phone.
But independence versus an established
Talk to
person,
your person and see, and I will come back and see if you all reach an agreement, because this needs to happen.
You're not
I've
gonna
spent
have
a lot of time on this case, and I don't intend to come back or have you all come back with a lot of
we'd like not to.
foolishness, because it may result, Ms. Viscaya, I'm gonna be quite honest, with your freedoms being restricted for a while until we get this done. I'm not gonna put up with any more delays.
I
So
understand.
get the number to April Smith, Mr. Shacker, if you wanna have your person, call her
I-
and see.
I don't know whether there's any issues that she's addressed, but I was gonna put them up for
No.
rebuttal just to
I-
show
no,
the payments
no.
that he
Oh,
actually.
she's lying.
No, there's been no
About a lot.
impeachment, so.
Okay.
Call April Smith, let's see where we
The
are.
judge is frustrated, completely frustrated. That's why she's
If you,
walking
if
away.
you, if you both don't agree on a person, then ask April Smith to
Ma'am,
name
if
somebody,
you're
ask
happy,
your person
I'm
to
willing
name
to call
some.
Casey Shavera right now.
Listen, ask her to name someone, April Smith can name someone, and then
Sure.
you all call that person and see when the property can, be seen to be listed, so we can have a date and time where that person can come out there.
I've
And,
just had too many
oh,
problems.
the other issue, his belongings.
Here we
When-
go. This is it. His
Where are
belongings.
things? Because
So-
I addressed this in the final decree.
Yes, ma'am.
Where are
So-
they?
These were already delivered
No,
to
no,
him.
where are they?
They were given to Miss Amanda. Miss Amanda gave them to
Who
Gabriel.
is-
Miss Amanda, the lawyer. Gabriel went and picked them up, and she even took pictures and everything else. His things were given.
Okay.
I-
She's talking about Amanda Love?
Yes, Amanda
Get-
Love.
See if you can get her on the phone.
I can try. I definitely have not received any guns or
You,
anything.
you can
So-
step down. Did you receive anything from Miss Love?
I have not. I don't know about him. He says,
So
Okay.
there is,
received was bags of clothes.
From Miss Love? I'm saying about from Miss Love.
3 years ago, I received 2 trash bags of clothes in her office. That's
okay,
3
but not
years
the
ago.
guns, not the military.
Where are the
gear,
guns?
Not his.
So there
Hold
is-
weight
on,
equipment.
hold on.
Sorry.
Where are the guns?
there is a child's rifle that he bought for our son. That's the one that he's talking about.
There's
That-
a 9mm.
Hold on. Where are the rest of the guns?
He took them. I do not have his gun.
Your Honor.
What I have,
If the court will recall, my client came back from overseas deployment and didn't get to go in the, he had to leave right away to avoid having anything.
No, I recall, I
There's-
recall.
He has not been there.
there's video of him being in the house.
Okay.
I'm not
taking
gonna
stuff out.
relitigate the divorce. I'm not.
The-
So
wait,
you're
I
saying
get-
the only gun, Mr. Schechter, hold on, that is in your possession is the one that he bought for
It's, yes,
Gabriel?
it's like a little, it's a child, I don't
Is it a
even,
real gun?
it's like a hunting type
Is
thing.
it a real gun?
As far as I know it is.
He's got a 9mm, some military gear that's government-owned, I believe, gym equipment, which I'm sure Amanda Love did not,
No,
and
that is,
tools.
she did not have that. That gym equipment was given to our son, and there's pictures where Gabriel is selling his own gym equipment with, along with the motorcycles that we had shown you in the case
I
previously.
don't recall what year.
My marriage right now.
That
You
gym
know,
equipment,
So one of the problems I've had in this case,
Mm-hmm.
and this has been, I've noted it in almost every order that I've issued, I've had credibility issues with both of you. And so I don't know who's telling the truth about
ma'am.
these items, which is a problem.
Right.
It is a huge problem, but I ordered that the guns be returned to him, and quite frankly, this is the first time that I recall hearing about a gun belonging to the son.
I can give you
That
that
gun
gun.
needs to be returned. I don't care. And if
Okay.
does he not have any other military gear at the home?
that was given.
It's a
No,
yes or
ma'am.
no?
No.
Does
There's
he-
a uniform. There is an old
Okay.
uniform.
I tell you what, Mr.
Here we go.
But you can call Miss
Uh,
Amanda.
Mr. Jefferson, who do I need to call to see if a deputy can meet Mr. Viscaya and Miss Viscaya at the home today for him to go in and see if his items are there? I just don't know any other way to do this. Who is it? Someone on the enforcement side? Okay, all right, we're in recess. Call Miss Love for me, please.
Call Miss Love? Okay.
Ma'am?
Hold on,
Oh,
I
yes.
can't with him not here.
Okay.
I'll come back out.
Okay. Thank you.
Mr. Schechter, where's your client?
He's coming in, and I did speak with Amanda briefly.
All right, just wait till your client's back in here.
The house is trashed, yes.
All right. Mr. Shachter, did you speak with Ms. Love?
I did speak with Ms. Love, Your Honor.
And
She says that it's
Miss
been so
Love.
long ago, she
can't
can't
remember.
100% recall. She does remember that there were items placed in her lobby. She didn't facilitate it. I don't know if it's her current or her own
placed in the
paralegal.
lobby?
In the lobby at her office, but it was her paralegal who really took care of it. She thinks she took pictures, and there were bags of stuff. My client says they're clothing, and she said she remembers military duffel bags, but that could have been filled with clothing.
So let me ask you this. Is it your testimony, Ms. Vizcaya, that any guns he had, you would have given to Ms.
No,
Love in a
ma'am.
bag?
No,
and
ma'am,
left them in the
absolutely
lobby?
not. No, ma'am.
Okay, so you're saying that there are no other guns, there may be a uniform there, no other gun than this one that you said is for your son, and that there may be a military uniform there?
There is a box that it's possible that he has a gun in there, but I have not opened it, so it's
Okay,
possible that
so
that gun
here's
is
what we're
there.
gonna do.
Yes, ma'am.
So I've already spoken to the sheriff. No, I'm not about to continue to have this debate.
No, I get it.
So this is what I'm gonna tell you, what's
Sure.
getting ready to happen. So I've spoken to the sheriff, and I'm getting ready to issue an order authorizing them to meet you both at the home. Nobody's to go in that home until the sheriff's office gets there. I'm gonna get some phone numbers from both of you so they can make contact. And then the sheriff's office, with their body cam, is gonna escort Mr. Vizcaya in the home to see if it's out. No, I don't wanna hear anything because of the credibility issues I've had with you both, my order has to be enforced.
Yes, ma'am.
And this is the only way I know for it to be enforced.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you can walk in when the sheriff's is there, but you're not to go in that house until the sheriff's department gets
Absolutely.
there. And both of you can go in, but you're not to say anything. Anything he takes, he takes. And if there's body cam, if there's a concern, I'll address it because I'm giving another date because, listen, what's the problem, Mr.?
She has a safe, and there's a box. The safety has I don't have access to the safety.
The safe?
The safe,
You
yes.
are to open that
Yes,
safe.
ma'am.
In the presence of the sheriff's office, and you're not to go in the house. And I mean this very seriously. If I get
Do you see? Do you hear her voice going up? Yes, ma'am. She's in trouble, guys.
word that you've entered that house.
Yes, ma'am.
Before the sheriff's office gets there, and that they walk through, I will put you in jail.
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
Because I am ordering you not to enter that house today until the sheriff's office gets there and it escorts you both in so that Mr. Vizcaya can get and look to see if the rest of his things, if there is a safe or anything locked, you are to open it in the presence of the sheriff's office so that he can look to see if any of his things are in there. And this is what happens when credibility is just lacking. The court is so, I have invested a considerable amount of the court's time in this case, and so I want to be clear to both parties. The other thing that's going to happen, Mr. Shachter, you can prepare an order as it relates to the contempt regarding taking efforts to sell the house. I'm finding you in willful contempt, Ms. Vizcaya. I'm going to allow you to purge yourself of that contempt as it relates to doing what needs to be done to get that house sold. Your part, I'm going to suspend the 20 days for you to purge, to serve in jail, conditioned upon you doing whatever the realtor says needs to be done to get the house sold. So if that realtor needs to get in the home, you need to make every effort for the realtor to get in the home. I don't expect them to have to give you more than 24 hours notice to do that,
Okay.
okay?
Yes,
You got any trips or anything planned right now?
No, ma'am.
Okay, all right. And if they need you to allow other people into the home in order to see the home, appraise the home, then that's what I expect to happen.
Yes, ma'am.
And any documents to be signed, I expect that to happen. Okay? All right.
Can I ask something now?
Also, Mr.
Here she
Shackler, the other
tries.
relief that you requested, subject, except for the attorney's fees, I'm gonna take that under advisement. That the sale proceeds, that Mr. Vizcaya be reimbursed for the payments he's made on the mortgage, the HOA, the Honda Pilot, since October 2022, come out of Ms. Vizcaya's portion of the sales proceeds before they're split. Or after the split, then it comes out of her proceeds. Otherwise, it's 50-50 minus those reimbursements. Was there anything else? And I'll get an order about the attorneys.
It's the HOA for the 2 months, the the 6 months of the on deposit, so each of those would be the same?
Correct,
Okay.
correct. And the
And the
attorney's
more-
fees will come out of that too. I'm just got to read
No,
your
no,
affidavit.
I got it. The more, basically, Your Honor, and I'll just, in all candor, so there's two things that I want to clarify so we don't have more issues and don't have to take up more of the time. Obviously, the mortgage would first be satisfied.
Absolutely.
Then 50/50.
Mortgage, realtor, commission,
Deductions.
taxes, whatever that,
Got it. So those are coming out of her, so whatever
Right.
she owed. Yeah, obviously, he knows, and this is what we do when we have to protect, and there's a house, there's an attorney's lien, so I'm gonna get paid one way or another out of that thing, but I guess it'll be determined how much she's responsible for reimbursing to him.
Correct.
So that's fine. But the only other thing that I wanted to make sure is, so attorney's fees since you're giving directions to a sheriff, my client is going to have with him, he just showed me, it's from the military, it's got 5 weapons with serial numbers and everything.
he can show all of that to
Sure.
the officer that's there. And I will put in there that it's the court, well, I'll tell you what. Have your client write down his phone number.
Sure.
And then what it is he believes is left in that home, so I can give the sheriff's office some guidance. And then, Ms. Vizcaya, I need your phone number as well, where you can be reached.
Yes, ma'am.
By the sheriff's office, but
I actually believe for the first time she's about to tell the truth.
you're not to go
I
back
just
in
want to
that
make sure
home.
Yes,
that
ma'am.
you're not, ma'am, you're not texting someone in the home to remove.
It's Miss Amanda Love. No, I'm not.
Okay, got it. That's fine.
Okay, that was probably a lie. It's
Is there
coming.
someone else in the home?
No, ma'am, our dog.
Probably a lie.
I just wanted to ask something.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't mind the sheriff going in, and I will wait outside. We have a doorbell ring camera. But I have clothes and our home is dirty. I really do not
Boom.
want Gabriel to go in there. I have no problem with the sheriff going in.
Miss Vizcaya, there is no other way for me not to be back here with this same issue, but for him to go in and identify what's his and see if it's there. I'm not going back and forth. You
In the
guys were
house-
married how many years? And you're
in the
telling me you
house-
worried about him seeing the house in
No.
a state?
No, ma'am. He can go with the sheriff in the house,
Is there
just
an
as
issue
not
if,
in
is there an
okay.
issue if I show up there? Your
in
Honor,
my
just to make
bedroom,
sure?
is what I
I
was
don't-
referring
I'm
to.
gonna
Miss
explain
Vizcaya?
just to make sure.
I just don't want him taking pictures of things. and
He is not,
posting
I
them.
will put in the order, he is not allowed to take pictures. I've asked the sheriff's office to have their body cam
We're gonna check
running,
the
so.
attic, we're gonna check the attic,
All right,
okay.
so let me get this order done. I need those phone numbers. Mr. Shachter, prepare an order on
And
the
is the court
contempt.
okay with, she says she wants her own independent realtor, we say Casey Saxon Shavera, Casey.
The order already, the decree already said what was to happen if they couldn't agree. So your
Okay.
person, her
Yeah.
person picks
Sure. fine.
somebody
Here's
that
the
they agree
pictures.
on, and I want that done today.
Okay.
Here's the pictures from Miss Amanda of his stuff.
Okay, well, you can give that to Mr. Shachter. If your person can't be reached today.
Yeah, I
Miss-
reached her. I just messaged her. No, it was somebody else. It was a person. I couldn't get a hold of her, but I reached out to them.
I'll get that
There,
order.
that's his
And
military
I'll,
pictures.
Mr. Shachter, I will email
There's
a
his
copy.
stuff.
Can you send that to me,
There's here and
so I can just go through it and make
Oh,
sure?
hold on.
sure.
I need, do you have an email address on the, Miss,
I'll give it to you.
Madam Clerk? Does Ms. Vizcaya have an email address on Odyssey? If not, if you'll get an email address for her so they both can get a copy of the order. Mr. Shachter, I'll email you a copy of this order with the sheriff's office.
Okay, and I should prepare the other part of the
Yeah,
order.
and I'm gonna
Reserve
email the
fees on the
sheriff
other.
now, and they will call you all and give you an estimated time of arrival. Do not go back to the house until they're on
Yeah.
their way.
Is it possible that I can wait outside? But I will not go inside.
Don't go back to the house until they're
Oh,
on their
okay.
way.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
She lied. She lied so much that we should have done a shot every time she lied. I'm just so worried for her that him and the deputies are meeting her at her house. And I don't know what's going to happen. I can't go with them. They don't take the court camera with them. But, oh man, I wish I could be a fly in the wall. I don't know what's going to happen to her. But I'm watching that judge. I love that judge. She does not mess around. So if they come back, I'll find it. Hopefully. All right, so I grabbed a bit of bonus Fleischer that we've not seen before, unless I put some full Fleischer in on my Patreon. So I think some of this might be on there if you solve like the full docket, but We can't go home without Fleischer.
Okay. What's your name, sir?
William Paul Scott Jr.
Mr. Scott, how's jail?
Not fun.
You sure?
Very sure. A little bit of laugh.
Us too. That's why we have him, to make sure that you do what you're supposed to do. And when you don't,
I agree.
the sentences get longer, colder, harsher, and it's just not a fun experience. So what's he wanted for?
He's one out of Montgomery County, Alabama for larceny.
Okay. Paria,
Yes, sir. At this time, we're asking for a PR bond. I believe Day is unopposed. He's 56 years old, never been in trouble. Maybe he told me for a suspended license many moons ago, traffic ticket. He had no idea about the warrant. The warrant is so old that he was on his way to Mexico to win an award with his company that he's worked for. When he got stopped on here. The reason we're asking for the PR bond is he could afford one, but he does not know one person here. His 85-year-old parents live in Mississippi. They cannot come down to post a bond. On top of that, he has no one's phone number. He's been a sales rep for Edmunds. He's been living in Mississippi for 10 or 12 years, I believe, working there for that long, if not longer. There's absolutely no doubt that he's going to go turn himself in. His bond is set very low there in that jurisdiction at $5,000, if that gives you any indication. So we're just asking for a PR bond so he can go turn himself in, Judge.
so what assurances do I have that you're going to go actually turn yourself in, Mr. Scott? Other than you tell me you're going to do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's really all I do know is that I'm going to do it. Sitting here for the 14 days that they told me that it might take, or even longer for Alabama to come get me and take me there to even find out what's going on. It just makes more sense for me. I'm the type of person that I want to go ahead and deal with it now. I don't want to wait 14 to 17 days or whatever. I would like to do it this week.
I can tell you, and I can count on one hand, how many PR bonds I've given on fugitive cases. Probably, 2 in the last 5 or 6 years. I just don't do it because you need some skin in the game so that I know.
I've got financial means. I just can't do it from within here. And like my attorney said, I was flying through Houston. I don't know anyone here that could come do it. But salaries are one thing or another. I make a lot of money, plenty to cover any of this, and I would gladly do it if I was allowed to do it from in here.
I'll tell you that I don't play games, and I have enough drama in my life. I don't need any more. And because Mr. Kim sees fit, I will grant your PR bond, but you will never get another one. If you ever pick up another fugitive case, if you don't go back and turn yourself into this jurisdiction immediately, I will revoke this bond. I will set it at 0. I'm going to get you back. And this time, I don't care if you're kicking and screaming and blaming Mother Mary Teresa. I will hold you until Alabama comes and gets you physically.
I would hope you would.
So if we give you 2 weeks from the date of your arrest to go turn yourself in, or if there's a bond set, which there is a bond set here, right?
For this one, or for Alabama?
5,000, you said, right?
Yes, Judge.
So you can also post that bond, but you must get proof to Paria that you've posted bond in that paperwork. And if you do either one of those 2 things within the 2 weeks from your release, this fugitive case against you gets dismissed.
Okay.
But like I said, if you play games, you're old enough to understand that actions have consequences, and
Absolutely.
the consequence will be dire because I won't give you another one. And you will be stuck like Chuck in jail for the next, theoretically, it could be 90 days.
I don't mind. I assure you, I will get this taken care of.
So I put
Mr. Scott, do you mind if you give me your phone number?
601-941-5628.
Okay. Day is going to put my cell number on your reset as well,
Okay.
so that you can send me proof of your bonding paperwork. Okay.
Okay.
So please just be in touch with me, or I'll be in touch with you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
I'm going to set bond at $5,000, okay? But I will grant the PR bond.
Thank you,
So,
Judge.
There's that bond over there. Just remember, the only other thing I'm going to tell you is do not wait until the last day, because as Murphy's Law dictates, what can happen will happen, and I don't care what your excuse is.
I'm getting the first flight out of here back to my
Don't-
truck in Jackson, and I'm going,
Can't fly.
You cannot take a flight.
Why? I'll have to get
Nope. You have a warrant for your arrest.
rent a car then, okay.
Right. Try to.
No worries, yeah, no worries. I'll rent a
Right.
car, and as soon as I get my truck from the airport in Jackson, I will be headed toward Montgomery.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I've been pausing a lot more than I used to, because I have to, because YouTube doesn't like it when I don't talk.
Good luck to you, sir.
If you can sign
Thank you,
it.
Judge.
I gave it to the
Oh,
clerk.
give it over.
Thank you all.
Bye, Parya.
No, Judge, but I will know.
Please.
Is discovery complete?
Not quite, quicker.
Okay, thank you.
This one that just interferes.
Okay, Mr. Dowdy, you're charged with the offense of interference with the duties of a public servant. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 2 days that you've done. You must understand this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. Even after you die, it's still there. It's important because if you ever pick up any more misdemeanors from now on, you'll be facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. Do you understand? So I would be very careful. Any new charges, it's a lot of time. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. You understand? Is this what you want to do? How do you plead to the offense, sir? I will find you guilty. I will follow the agreement. I will roll your court costs so you won't owe anything. And be careful, Mr. Dowdy. Don't pick up any new cases, all right? Good luck, guys. Thanks, sir.
Jay, thank you so much for joining my Patreon. I really, really appreciate it.
No, it's not your fault. Okay. Hey, Chapa. Jessica Chapa. Ma'am, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail or a $2,000 fine. What are we doing, man? Are we doing time served?
Yes, sir.
3-1.
They've offered you 3 days in jail, give you credit for the 1 day that you've done.
I was gonna say, Judge, just for your knowledge, I guess a week after this case happened, I was assigned to Ms. Chapa checked herself into inpatient treatment where she was away from everybody for about a month, so.
Is this what you want to do?
And we did attempt, or I did explain a PTI, letters were generated, and after some more conversation, she indicated to me that this is the route she wanted to take.
Sure, because the problem is, Ms. Chapa, once you plead guilty to something, you can never change your mind. This isn't like Target where I don't like the result, I'm just going to go refund it. You can't. Once you plead, you're stuck with this for the rest of your life. From now on, you will be facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. If
Just
you
like
ever
my
pick up another
tattoo.
DWI, you're facing a year. Your insurance is going to skyrocket. I'm going to suspend your license. So the other avenue, like Matt was telling you, is they have an intervention program where if you successfully complete it, they dismiss your case. But you have to apply. Once you get in, you'll have to fulfill a couple classes, a little bit of community service. And if you do that and you stay clean, the case gets dismissed. Is this what you want to do?
Yes.
And you're old enough to, I mean, you're in the driver's seat. You're the one that makes a decision. No one else is going to. So, okay. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So like I said, once you plead, that's it. You're stuck with this forever. Now, like I also told you earlier, this is going on your record. If you ever get pulled over, an officer's going to see this DWI. If they smell alcohol on you, you think they're going to be nice to you. I don't think you understand. If you get pulled over, an officer will see that you have a prior DWI. If they smell alcohol on you, what do you think they're going to do to you?
Take me to jail or give me the worst, third degree search.
They're just going to take you to jail and they will charge you with a second offense. That's what I'm trying to impart to you, is that you should never get in a car, even if you've had one beer, because it doesn't matter. They're going to see your prior DWI. They're going to assume that you're drunk and they will take you in. What we're doing today will not happen again. From now on, it's a minimum of 30 days in jail. Do you understand? How do you plead to the offense, man? I will find you guilty. I will follow the agreement. I'm going to suspend your license for 90 days, man. Do not drive until you get a license, and good luck to you. Thanks. Are you appointed on the case?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Now she's going to have that for the rest of her life, just like my tattoo that says no regrets.
I'm not very happy with you, Miss Rogers. I don't know if you're not taking this seriously. Oh, but you've now been given over 2 months to complete one class and 16 hours of community service to get this case dismissed.
I'm not trying to go against you, but I have the text when he did offer it, and it was like a week or two ago. Can I check the dates on the thing? Because I wasn't aware it cost 50 for each class, and it's 2, so that's 100.
You have one class to do and 16 hours of community service. The
Okay.
class was offered in February, or the offer was given to you in February. Did you extend the offer to her in February?
I would have to check my text messages, Judge, but I don't, it was at least a month ago.
Be that as it may, your case is nearing 6 months old. I will give you one final reset to get this done. Ms. Rogers, if you don't have it done by the next time you come back, I will set your case for trial. All deals are off. Do you understand? So it's now 4:30. How long will it take you to get one class and 16 hours of community service done?
I get back next on the 8th, so after that I can pay for the classes, and then I have one place that I was looking into. It's kind of like a ranch for the community service. It's like a ranch. You just help them out. And
You can go to a local church. You can go to the Houston Food Bank. You can go to Bark. You can go to the Houston Area Women's Center. You can go to, what's the animal place?
You mentioned Mark.
No, there's another one. The Houston Humane Society.
And that
Most of these people will let you go like this to go work so that there's no excuse. Don't bring something on a bar napkin because it's not going to work. It must be on legitimate letterhead. I will give you a final 30 days. There's no excuse. You will not get any more resets after this time. Okay? Thanks.
I have a lot of important things on bar napkins.
Greg.
Honestly, I'm waiting until it's ready. I'm just hanging out.
So you said 3 2, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Good morning, Mr. Wenzel. Charged with criminal mischief. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 2 days that you've done. Guys, just
I grabbed one we already
giving
saw.
up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify.
Listen, I grabbed these in a couple minutes while that case was going on. But we got some Fleischer in. We did. We got some Fleischer in. So that was good. And we've been at it for 2 hours, so that's good. We did it. We did a whole stream with no technical difficulties. Except, the first 2 streams that I started today that I had to stop because of technical difficulties. Oh, man. So the reason why the issue with the Fleischer recording today happened was because I had that interview and I used my Fleischer computer for that interview because I have my best computer just for Fleischer, and I use that today for my interview. Good night, Debbie. So I used my other computer for Fleischer today, and you know, it bit me. And that happens. Yes, I do, Jacques. They don't, but yes, I do. I deleted it. I deleted that stream where it just kept looping. Oh, Amy, thank you so much. Oh man, I should do my nails. I've not done my nails in years. I don't even know how that happened. I mean, I didn't have any Chromes open for it to do on. I just don't get it. I almost don't want to stop because I want to keep watching um, Maja and them speak, even though I don't know what they're saying. They're probably saying the audio is horrible. Yep. Oh, Sophie. That's my doggy. That's my baby. All right, guys. I'm going to get ready. Fleischer's going to be dressed awesome today because it's Friday. I should make a new intro. I should, because I don't do those judges. I thought it. Oh, yeah. An interview, Victoria. It was not, it was very stressful. I thought it was going to be great. And then I just kept talking. No, I deleted it, Fozzie. It's gone. It's like it never really even happened. No one can prove that it happened. I doubt you guys recorded it. Danishes. I used to work at this university who made these Danishes that were, they slap your mama good. And I don't work there anymore, so I haven't had a Danish in those Danishes in so long. Thanks, CRD. Be nice to Fozzie in Discord playing poker. Okay? Thanks, Amy. Victoria, I hope you and Melissa have a great day at work because we're going to see it and hear it. We love hearing you. Every time you call out the next case, we're like, there's Victoria, there's Victoria. Yeah, the interview is Saturday morning, Eastern Standard Time, 4 a.m., right before my stream at 4:30. So, guys, bring this chat over to the Discord, and you guys can keep talking. And you can look at the memes page. I can't wait to see the Freaky Friday suit, Victoria. Oh, yeah, have Jeremiah do something. That would be great. And make sure that guy isn't in Melissa's seat anymore, because that's her seat. He can go sit in the corner. Or not. Maybe he's a really good guy. I love you too, Cloud. Have a good day. Alright, guys, it's Friday. Be good. Be good. I'll see you soon. I'm going to put a tiny... No, I'm not going to put a tiny video up. I just did it. Never mind.